Hey there guys, it's Daniel again. I wanted to make a different kind of video than I normally have. You know, I've made a lot of videos on video games, motorcycles, and that sort of, content, but I wanted to make something a little bit different. And so I wanted to talk about this company called Swytch, is I believe how you pronounce it. And so it's a company in the UK that is making e-bike conversions. And so they have different kind of kits that you can convert your standard bicycle into an e-bike. And so I wanted to kind of talk about my experience with that, some of my complaints with it. So it's been kind of a long process, but I just wanted to make this video so really other people understand what happened with it. So here's a little bit of background context. So I found out about this company and I put in my order in June of 2022. And so I had to join like a pre-list where only so many people could sign up. And then, so that was 3 months prior to June. And then come June, you can actually submit your orders to be made. And so since this company was made in the UK, I wasn't really expecting a 2-day shipping like Amazon. And so I put in my order in June, was roughly like $500. I'll take a little screenshot and put it here. And so I thought it'd be really cool. My current bicycle was a gift from somebody, and so I thought it'd be really cool to keep the same bike but turn it into an e-bike, and so I thought this would be a really cool fit. The videos made it seem really easy, and so that's really why I went with this company. So I, put in my order, and it was expected to come August of 2022. So come August 2022, I have not received my order. I reached out to the company, and as you may suspect already, COVID was their excuse for why they were behind in their shipping. And so they said they'll try their best to get it, shipped. And so I'm like, okay, well, I can wait a little bit. It's not like it's life or death. And so August came and passed, September came and passed, October came and passed, November came and passed. Now I'm, through that time period, I'm like, all right, this has been quite a long time. And so I've been emailing the company through and through, or, month by month, asking, for updates. And sometimes they're really good about keeping you updated, and sometimes they're not. And so I reached out to them like, hey, can you give me a status update? And they're like, it's still in the warehouse being built, or it was at the distributor center waiting to be shipped over to your country of origin. And so it was a big waiting game. So as frustrating as this was, is after multiple emails, I ended up asking them, hey, can I just get a refund? I'm tired of waiting. I spent a lot of money on this, and there's months passed. And so they said, well, we're more than happy to refund you, or you can take this kind of $50 off, coupon for your frustration and wait a little bit longer. And so I'm like, you know what? I've been waiting this long. Why don't we just wait till the very end? And so I waited. I asked for the $50. They did return some of it. And now it is January. And last week I received my Swytch kit. And so let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. All right, so this is what the Swytch kit looks like. Obviously, I opened it up and looked at some of the parts. And so obviously you got your handed in a manual. You got your wheel for the kit, which actually feels really good quality, by the way, I will mention. I did go through the box a little bit and started looking at some of the parts. But here was the best part. Actually, let me show you the battery real quick. Here's the battery. Feels quite sturdy, also quite heavy, which feels good, which kind of made me feel really good with my order. However, upon looking at the manual, let me show you the manual real quick. So here's the manual. As you can tell, a couple of items on there. And here's, unfortunately, what I found out. I have this part, I have this part, I have this part. I have this part, I do not 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 have this part, and I do not have this part. Even though it's just cable zip ties, wasn't in the box. So I was missing quite a few of the pieces and parts, and so couldn't really even put it together to try it. And this really stood out to me when I took the battery out, and the first thing that came to my mind was, why don't I put the battery on the charger as I work on putting the whole bicycle kit together? And so as any good person building stuff at home, right, you make sure to pull out all the items and make sure that you have all the parts before you begin. And so as I pulled everything out, I noticed that everything was practically missing, minus 3 things. And so I've reached out to the company 3 or 4 times. I have not gotten a response at all, which is super frustrating. Sometimes they were a little delayed in their responses, but normally they were pretty fast. So I'm curious to see where this is going to go. And so I really just wanted to share my thoughts on this, company, which at first I was kind of excited. They were quick responsive, with the whole delay in shipping. Then it really took forever for it to get here. And now that it's here, most of the parts are gone. And so at this point, I think I'm going to have to call this a loss and either keep reaching out to them till they get my money back, or, kind of tongue-tied here a little bit because it really looks nice. Don't get me wrong. The material feels good. The battery is, it feels heavy and durable. So I was really hoping this was going to work out, but just based on everything that I've seen, I think I'm going to have to just reach out to them and say I want a full refund at this point. And so Swytch, if this is you, if you're watching this video, you guys messed up, and I hope you make it right.